Hello and welcome back to Pathfinder Kingmaker. So, I'm starting here on the kingdom screen because we have just a little bit more kingdom management to do before we're ready to head out. So, what I would like to do is first of all check what our new buffs are. So we have a new one, Transition of Power Arcane. The High Priest is assisting the Magister in arcane matters. While active, Event Resolution uses 10 instead of the sum of the Magister's ability bonus, plus the bonus from arcane stat rank. Transition of Power Arcane will end upon reaching Arcane Rank 3. Oh, interesting. Well, that's neat. Anyway, what I want to do this time is try and get relations up to 60, which we can't really push forward any further because we're out of money and out of BP. But we do actually have Fugitive from Pitax, which should put relations up a little bit. Once we get that, we can eventually get Espionage up to something that isn't 5. This is a little bit of a worrying one because it means that our Espionage, I guess, could drop. Even though we don't have any advisors for it. Which means that we're kind of getting to the point where we really need an espionage person. So, yeah, that's something I want to be dealing with. Anyway, I also wanted to get something for Tisana to do. And I think Support the High Priest Endeavors is probably our best one for it. This basically means that we can get her some more divine stats. So she can be much better and more efficient. And it means that we can skip a couple of weeks, therefore getting more BP and allowing us to get closer to relations. That's kind of my plan. I have saved before doing this, so if anything bad happens, well, you know, we can go back. We have a lot of other quests to do as well, so we're going to do this and then go out questing, hopefully. But we'll see. Right. 3, 2, 1. Oh, there's so many events. That's always worrying. When there's quite so many events the moment you click the button. Okay, so we got Divine at rank 4, which is good. We got 3 military. Nice, nice. Fugitive from Pitax, a success that's actually 5 relations, 2 stability, and 3 BP. That's a fantastic job, Lindsay. That is amazing. We only need 1 relations now. Okay. The Intruder did -1 stability, -2 espionage. You see? So it's getting to the point where espionage is about to drop off. Triumph, we have loyalty and arcane. Nice, nice. Success. So now we can move over mountain ranges quicker, which is fantastic to have before we go out to the mountain ranges. So it saves us a little bit of time. Right, and now we have 5 new events, I think. Okay. Magister asks for an audience. Okay. Which Magister is our arcane one, I think. Counselor waits in the throne room. Veterans, Troubled Lands, and Undead Sightings. So Undead Sightings is Tisana, Amiri. You know what? Let's go to the throne room first. See if any of these drop something else for us to look at. Yeah, that's the smarter plan. That's the much smarter plan. Let's go to the throne room first. Right. Let's see what we get. I do want to leave on this day, but we'll see. Yeah, you know, whatever. So Octavia. Octavia grins from ear to ear. Your barony attracts the most unusual and interesting characters. They must have heard the rumors that your country is a place in which one can live without chains and restrictions. Not long ago, I was visited by an appraiser of magical items, a rare and sought-after profession in many countries. The man proposed that he settle in our lands and open his own store. I agreed then and there. Why can't we be as good as Absalom, right? In tribute, he offered his new ruler a valuable gift, but he didn't dare select a specific item for you. Instead, he simply invites you to choose from all the finest things he keeps in his best storerooms. Octavia hands you a small list written on a piece of parchment in ornate handwriting. We'd best not be greedy and choose just one item. You look through the list. The appraiser offers you the choice of 3 magical items. One of them attracts good weather and good luck. The second allows you to demonate animals. And the third one influences emotions of sentient creatures. Interesting. Well, I guess I don't want to... I guess that demonate was meant to be dominate, and it's just a typo. I've noticed there's more typos the later you get into the game. I'm assuming it's just because the QA was mostly done at the start of the game, because... Well, if you're going to put value into it, you do it at the start of the game, because that's the bit that most people are actually going to get to. Anyway, I digress. I don't want to dominate animals, and I don't want to influence the minds of my subjects. That sounds a little bit too, you know, creepy. I think I'd prefer to control the weather and luck. Great, I will express your gratitude to the appraiser. So we get Divine Arcane, Loyalty, and Community. Nice. I'll take it. It's not bad. Who's next? Ah, it's Tristian. Saraceros, the situation has become rather fraught. A group of mercenaries arrived in our lands to seek a better future. They banded together for safety. Some have been hired by our merchants as bodyguards. Alas, their manners are low, and the locals are prejudiced against them. They fight more and more often. The peasants want us to banish these mercenaries from the city. The merchants expect us to protect them, regardless of the peasants' complaints. If you ask me, we mustn't surrender to hatred. This matter should be resolved peacefully. Draw from the treasury to finance more guards. We'll put an end to these clashes. Nothing's going to change if we simply choose sides. We must mediate, though this takes money and a will for peace. Yeah. Finance more guards. Make sure the merchants' guards don't fight with the common people. Yep. Whatever money we spend on new guards, it'll be worth it if it prevents any more blood from being spilled. So we get economy and stability. Okay. That's fine. It cost us all of our BP I saved up, though, which is a little annoying. Okay. Well, that does change slightly what we were doing, but not too much. Yeah, I think it's definitely time to head out now, because we're now out of BP again. Although, if I could build just, like, one relation. One loyalty. Didn't get any relations for anything. We got support the councillor's endeavours and support the magistrate's endeavours. Cool. That's fine. So that's just... right, that seems fine. Right. What do I want to do? Yes, I want to assign things. So first of all, tragedy at the mine is 6 days to go for Lander. That's okay. We'll just get that one marked down. Is that the only thing that's currently going on? Yep. I think build a town was one I wanted to do, but we're now out of BP, so there you go. Undead sightings. So that's Tisana, Amiri, and Keston. Tisana seems like the best option there. Here, Amiri or Jubilos. Jubilos seems like the best option. Here, Tristian or Amiri. So it's probably Tristian, Jubilos, and Tisana. Yeah, that seems fine. What are the days? That's 28 days for an undead sighting. Okay, so this one might be the one that's kind of like... This one might be the... What's it called? I'm trying to think of the right word. But this is like the one that... the recurring one, basically. That'll keep happening every single month until we solve the Varnhold problem. So I think it's probably undead. We've had some hints of weird stuff. And we're going into tombs, so... Right, Tristian is 16... And Tragedy at the Mine is 6. We've already done that one. Okay. We have a lot more people free and available to do things, but we're completely out of BP. We need 1 BP for the relations. So I think that we can just build 1 BP's worth of things. We can probably upgrade something with our sorry, we've got 30 BP. We can probably upgrade something. That seems like the best option. Yeah. Anything give relations? Peer gives relations, doesn't it? Community when upgraded. Okay. Lumberyard probably gives... Yeah, it gives relations when it located... Okay, that's fine. Economy, loyalty... Relations upgrade on the tavern. Okay, it's 45. Okay. That's not good. Anything we can build? Just seeing what the prices of things are. Cobalt quarters? Interesting. Anyway, we also have Nethys' library, but we have no spaces because we're not a city yet. But once we're a city, we actually have some free stuff to build. It's good to know. I'm going to see if there's anything cheap that gives relations, which we can build somewhere else. Save us actually having to go somewhere else and then find out. I really wish we could build Nethys' library somewhere, but that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Tavern gives economy, but gives relations when adjacent to a longhouse, but we probably already have a tavern next to most longhouses. We'll have a look. Right, let's leave here and see if we've got any longhouses anywhere. So I think that most of the ones that we've got are already completely surrounded. Let's have a look. So this one, we have a longhouse. We don't have a tavern. Well, I mean, it's worth the look, right? I think that we filled in that slot, though. But if we can build the tavern for exactly 30, that would be perfect. Longhouse. No, there's a space. Perfect. For a tavern, right? Yeah. Tavern next to a long... Let me just check. Adjacent to a longhouse gets +1 relations. Perfect. That'll get us +1 relations when it's done in 7 days. Okay, so we got a week till that's done. We should head out. We should head out. Let me just check if the aviary's been built as well. It has, okay. So what we might want to do is instead of heading out to go back over to Varnhold, because that's going to be a long journey, probably head somewhere closer, do that one, and then come back. I think that seems like maybe a more sensible plan. I'll see where things are around the map. Might also need to take out a different group of people, but that's okay. Oh, who are you? Really, who are you? Greetings, Your Grace. Allow me to pay my respects and deliver a gift on behalf of my master, a well-known connoisseur of magical artifacts, kindly welcomed by you in the capital. Let me introduce myself. Arlene Greyridge at your service. The girl bows briefly and springs back up. She casts curious, assessing glances across the throne room and holds out the package. This is a modest gift for my master, Your Grace. May it serve you well, and in case you're looking for more. Arlene looks at you sideways and speaks mysteriously. I beg you to forgive my audacity, but since Destiny has given me the opportunity to speak with you face to face, you see my master is highly educated and respected specialist, but unfortunately he has no business acumen whatsoever. For my part, as much as I appreciate collectible items of great aesthetic value, I'm far more interested in turning my knowledge in this sphere towards tangible profit. If you take an interest in obtaining magical items without all the hassle, I could arrange it. Tell me more about your offer. You see, all over my years of travel I built up a long list of contacts across Galarian. In other words, I can acquire magical rarities, no matter distance or difficulty. If you kindly help me open up my own shop, I'll gladly quit my master and use my talents for your benefit. Arlene stops speaking and looks at you expectantly. I'll see what I can do. Yeah, I'll see what I can do. Oh, thank you. May your reign last for years to come. Arlene bows. I dare not distract you any longer, Your Grace. Okay, interesting. Did she actually bring us anything? No. Not so much. But that's fine. Right. We can finally head out. Let's just run for the door before anyone stops us. Right. Also, yeah, we now have Octavia hanging around here. Neat. Right. And get out of here. Yeah. Oh, we did get an amulet. Amulet of 4 elements. Cast a spell. Oh, 1 extra point of damage per dice rolled. That's neat. It's not a lot of damage. I don't know if that's better than our amulet. It might be okay for Octavia, who uses weak attacks generally. I don't know. Let's see what our amulet is, because I'm sure we already have an amulet that does something on. I think Jubilost can't use it because his aren't actually spells. His are just spell-like abilities. So yeah, it'll be Octavia probably. Our amulet gives us a +2 dodge bonus to AC against ranged attacks. Oh, I don't care. We'll have the extra damage. Who doesn't have an amulet? Is the next question, basically. So Octavia doesn't, so she's a definite target. Nok-Nok doesn't as well. We do tend to use Nok-Nok as a tank. I might give him the Nymph's Gift. Yeah, it's alright. Okay. So, out here... Oh, I also forgot when we went to Hasuf previously to sell all junk. So, let's do that as well. Then we can finally leave. Okay. Thank you. Basically just clearing out weight in the inventory there. Right. Okay. Make a run for it. Before anybody else thinks about stopping us and saying, hey, I've got just one more quest for you. One more tiny little quest. Right. So let me just check companion quests. That is Harim and that is Nok-Nok. Do I switch? Oh, there's no point switching over there. I was thinking, do I switch over the headgear from Tristian? It makes his channel energy better. I guess I do, yeah. It's a little bit of a pain, but I guess I do that before if I'm taking out Harim with us. Right. So we're taking out Nok-Nok. Am I taking out Valerie? Maybe not. Maybe I'll take out Jathal, Harim, Lindsay, and I mean, it was cool taking out Amiri when I went to see the Barbarians previously, but I'm not seeing the Barbarians right now. I guess I'm going to take Jubilost. Yeah, I'll take Jubilost. Might as well keep her damage consistent. That's fine. I'm kind of getting parties that I prefer now, but I'm mixing things up. There's definitely some people who are just sidelined for a long, long time. Looking at you there, Reg. But apart from... yeah, you know, he's alright. Like, if you could turn off the orc ability, Reg would be 1,000 times better. He's just very expensive to take out with you. Right, so move over there. In there, in there, 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 and there. There we go. That was about the worst way I could have done that, but that's fine. So the Lost Dwarven Fortress up here, which definitely seems like somewhere we could go. There's no river crossing, though, which is interesting. The river crossing's all the way at the top. Or we go this way. Yeah, that's going to be difficult. We either head up that way, which takes 1 day and 8 hours, or we head along this way, which takes 17 hours, which is a little bit quicker, but then we have to go through the forest on the other side of that. But this is actually much closer, yeah. Okay. Where's Nok-Nok's? That's going to be over this way? Oh no, his is up next to Oleg's, isn't it? We were told his was up next to Oleg's, weren't we? Nok-Nok's. It is Oleg's. Oh, in which case we go to Oleg's first, which takes 22 hours. Then we head across from Oleg's to Tekos. Although we have to head... yeah, let's do that. Let's head up to Oleg's first. Yeah. That seems fine. Go. Right, we've left our capital. And immediately we have some enemies to avoid. Yes, fantastic. Get out of there. Oh, that is much better. We are very, very far away. Right. Okay. And Oleg's, all without needing a rest. That is fantastic news. Yeah, we're actually able to travel really far without needing a rest now. Okay, that's fine. I like it. It is definitely good. So, we're looking for goblins here. Essentially. Is that the party that we want? Is that the formation? Yeah, I guess so. I almost feel, actually, that what we want is that. And hear me out, we probably want this.
I'll go ahead.
So we want it to look something like that. Yeah, I think that's what we want, because Harim is probably our tankiest member. That seems like a much more sensible plan. Even if he's doing not well, he's got reasonable AC. His health is high as well. It's actually not that much higher than Nok-Nok's. Whatever. I think it makes sense. Oh, hey goblins, what's up? You stumble across an ugly scene. A ragged pile of goblins. They're hiccuping violently, laughing and then hiccuping again. The air is so thick with alcohol fumes, flies lie dead in the dirt, and an odd vinegar smell as well. It appears the goblins have gotten into Oleg's stock and drank deep of its contents. Barrels lie in splinters around the area, not a single one intact. Nok-Nok surveys the goblin pile and glances at you with a shrug. No problem here. Normal day for tribe. Would be worse if holiday. Jathal wrinkles her nose ever so slightly. Animals. Is this your tribe? Nok-Nok sniffs. Yes. He sniffs again. You suddenly become more aware of the vinegar smell. They've marked this as home. It will be hard to make them leave this home, though. He glances around in disapproval. It's much smaller than Capital. Capital would have more room for them. and not have to lie in pile. Could be lying down drunk, everywhere. He turns to one of the group entwined in the mass. You, runny long legs, why did you stop running? Why make home here? The goblin lifts his head slightly, his tiny eyes bleary red. His legs are indeed long, and folded back, almost like a grasshopper. Kipped, getting chased. No place to settle down. Got hungry, then cold. Then we sent here, and now. Called by who? Big Shanks, bigger than you. Long legs blinks, and scratches this side of his head with his foot. Fatter, smell bigger, big club. Was eating sheep. We tried to share his sheep with us by taking one, a small one, in the night while he snore. But we not ask first, so he got mad. After eating half of us, he got so full, he ready to trade. He say if we find him something to wash other goblins down with, because they still squirming in his gut, he let us go. We knew a place, here, at post, but had to sample cakes to be sure. Some appreciation, that is. Luke, you can't just serve any old swill to the monster that swallowed your friends. You have to make sure it'll complement such a coarse meat. Perhaps I should write a guide on pairing drinks for goblin cuisine. Okay, make them leave or I'll do it myself. Listen, Nok-Nok, big hero, you do what Nok-Nok say, but... Nok-Nok frowns, his ear twitching. Tell me where Big Shanks. Now, when he expects you back, did Big Shanks follow you? Oh, hey, Big Shanks. At that moment, there is another waft of foul air and the shadow falls on the ground. All the goblins in the pile lift their heads at the new arrival, a towering hill giant with mismatched coveralls, a necklace of hands and skulls, and a makeshift club composed of several timbers tied together with a rope. He looks very, very angry, and not just at the pile of goblins, but the splintered empty barrels. That him, Longlegs says unhelpfully. Luke, whatever your name is, I don't want any bloodshed. Let's talk about this. The hill giant turns to you as if in challenge, points to himself and gives a rumbling growl akin to then turns to the goblins, his hand clenched on his club, and the growl grows louder. He points at the goblins, then points at his belly, the intent clear. The goblins do not respond, not even Longlegs. Their eyes remain wide, frozen. Suddenly Longlegs makes a very high-pitched squeak and points at Nok-Nok. Here, leader! Here, leader! He made us drink everything we promised. Also, he made us eat your sheep. Eat him! And ugly friend. The hill giant snarls, lifts his club and then turns to you and Nok-Nok, and thrusts out his chin, pounding his chest, and giving a thundering series of grunts that sounds like a challenge. Nok-Nok blinks. Mungok says, not in mood to share. He says the half-shanks are... their guts his to eat. You understand him? I can. Nok-Nok seems embarrassed. Got caught by hill giants once. Kept as a toy for their kid. Until ran away. Well, do something about it. Nok-Nok hesitates for a moment, then presents an open palm, then taps it with his finger. You suddenly realize he just did what seems to be the goblinoid version of trade. I think he's asking what Mungok want, but not about food, but currency, something of value. To your surprise, Mungok looks sad, his eyebrows collapse, and he gives a low grunt. The anger seems to have cooled, and he makes a rumble, staring off into space with a half-lidded gaze. He doesn't seem drunk, merely sad. He gives a grumble, then a sigh, then a low, exhaling rumble. Nok-Nok nods, listening, and then translates. You think, Mungok not happy, he not hungry, he just lonely. Says, comes here looking for mate to be happy. Nok-Nok wrinkles his face in disgust and shivers. Still he keeps going. But when he come, no wife, goblins take his favourite half-sheep entrails, drink the liquor he sent them for, and he have nothing. A wife, really. Sad for him. Nok-Nok gives a shiver and a nod, then pauses. Cutting off legs. Be better than finding mate. Can you tell him where to look elsewhere for a wife? Nok-Nok shrugs, then emits a series of what passes for rumbles. He makes a slow, sack-shaped gesture in the air, and then points to the gate of the fort. Mungok shakes his head slowly and sighs again, giving a low grumble in his belly. Nok-Nok shakes his head. No, he said he looks everywhere. Well, send him somewhere. Nok-Nok gives a reluctant nod. Think, then makes an interrogatory grumble. Munguk looks confused, at which Nok-Nok repeats himself more firmly. He then traces his finger across his palm as if providing a map, and the goblin looks blearily at it. I think that's a giant, right? Giant looks blearily at it, yeah. Munguk absorbs this dully, then glances at the goblins. He gives a short, dismissive grunt, then glances back at Nok-Nok and shrugs. Then, to your surprise, he lumbers out, club over his shoulder. What do you say to him? Mate, just make sense to him with words, like real hero. Nok-Nok puffs up triumphantly. Send Munguk to capital. Lots of women. He have all he need to choose wife. What? Why did you do that? Nok-Nok loses some puffed upness, his ears dropping. I not counsel well, but hero good at chasing off giant means Nok-Nok good hero, right? Ignoring him, pile of goblins are all watching you as they sober up. The goblins seem ready to bolt. You catch Longlegs slowly uncurling himself from the pile, apparently ready to run. You do notice a number of the goblins are looking at Nok-Nok with a strange fascination. Dealing with the giant must have impressed them. Nok-Nok, deal with your tribe. Nok-Nok steps forward and gives a series of crackling hisses to get attention, and all the goblins stare at him. After their eyes are on him, Nok-Nok, his eyes narrowed, goes to each one of them in turn and raps them twice in the head, hard. They wince but say nothing, except for one feeble groan from a goblin more sober than the rest. Make deal with you. You need to go to bigger place or I hit you again. I show you. The goblins stare blankly at this. Nok-Nok sighs. Me big hero. Follow me. Take you to new place. Goblins nod and begin to untangle themselves, but they are doing what Nok-Nok says. Some of them rubbing the back of their heads. Nok-Nok turns to you. Big hero, Nok-Nok, take care of them. All good. Where are you taking them? Nok-Nok pauses, as if he's forgotten what happened a few moments ago, and you realize he has. Capital big enough. Guess capital. Before you can stop him, he turns to the goblins. All you, go to capital. Nok-Nok command you. Go. Oh my, just... Jubilos stands with his mouth open for a few moments, obviously at a loss for words, and sighs with a defeated look in his face. Oh my. The end of your barony just drew closer. Much closer. To your horror, the goblins scamper away, running in all directions, but towards the direction of your capital city. No? That seems very bad, I would say. Overall, I'd say that seems terrible. Okay.
The path is clear.
Well, I guess we're going back to the capital then? Maybe? Yeah, let's leave here and then go back to the capital. That couldn't have gone... Well, I mean, I was going to say we could have killed them and that would be worse. But actually, would that be worse? Depends what damage they do, really, doesn't it? Is there a new event in my capital? No. Okay. Well, hopefully there's nothing to worry about then. So if we got the next thing for Nok-Nok in terms of his story then. Leader of his people. After a glorious display of skill and combat prowess, Nok-Nok was able to defend the goblins from impending threat, a drunk kill giant, and heroically allowed them to become honourable subjects of our barony. I just hope Sorceros knows what she's doing. Okay, so that's going to come back later, I think. Right, head over to Tekos. We're going to need to rest soon. Right? Yeah, there we go. It's actually quite a long time we've gone without a proper rest, though. I'm just going to rest here. Right. That's fine. Those two can stay... Actually... So, we'll use his 35 for camouflage. Hunter. That's a Lindsay job, I guess. Which means that cooking is Jubilos' job. And we'll definitely cook some Galt Ragu. Yeah, there we go. We'll have our high perception there. The room can use blend into the night. So we have pretty much no chance of being attacked in the night, which is fantastic. Let's go for it. We might run out of some rations. Oh, so the Sweet Teeth have finished their job. Alright, so we need to head back to the capital to deal with them as well. Okay. Ooh, new kingdom event. Let's have a look. See what we got. I think we are actually out of our kingdom right now, which is interesting. Oh, this will be Landers one, maybe? No, a new event. Okay. Oh, no, it's Mungok's Drunken Rage. We have to deal with them and get them out of the barony by whatever means possible, ideally without killing the melancholy giant. So Keston seeks to protect the subjects. So ideally I want to send Tristian to do it. To be addressed before the first. Tristian has another, like, what? 14 days, I think? Yeah, so he's at 14, 26 for Tisana. I'm just doing another update on things, and that was on the 4th of the 1st. Okay. Oh, interestingly, same day I'm recording this. Cool. Anyway, so we want to wait for Tristian. So Tristian, just gonna put down MDR. There we go. And hopefully that will remind me to assign him to that when he finishes. Right, cool. That's good. Because I think Tristian will probably try to avoid killing him, while everyone else will not. Also, it's a very high DC, so having somebody who has a chance of succeeding in the mission is definitely good. Right, let's go. Ooh, we must have someone with higher perception than we previously had, because we can see outside here. That's cool. Oh no, we still can't see into this bit for our barony. Interesting. So I thought that was what the Aviary let you do, was to manage the kingdom from out here, but I guess not. Anyway, let's head into the Lost Dwarven Fortress and see if our formation is going to hold up. I'm doubting it, but you know, we'll see. Right, so. Ooh, okay. Very snowy. Much like the one that we got trapped at. Let's just read the quest, because it's been a while. Some dwarfs from the Sky clan have came looking for their ancestors' treasures and stumbled into a deadly trap. At first, Trim didn't want to help them, but in the end, he decided to interfere to give himself a chance to gloat. Okay, and they're being trapped by a terrible golem. Okay. Let's have a look. Well, it's definitely a dead dwarf. There's the golem. And there's the trapped dwarfs. Look, look, help has arrived. Hurrah! Praise Torag. Okay.
Who will prevail? Does it matter?
It's an adamantine golem. Okay. I can't move the camera. Oh, because we're still in cinematic mode, I see. Now I can move the camera. Okay, so I have no idea about him, but I'm going to guess that Lindsay's arrows are not going to work. So let's do one of those with a haste on Harim. We are going to start by chucking fire at it, I think. I think I'm going to go for fire snakes. But just spam that. Yeah, we'll try acid. Should work. Jathal. Ideally, we're looking for something that allows it to pierce. Bypassing damage reduction from magic. And that's not going to work. Resistant to magic. That's kind of the opposite. Piercing. Nope. +1 on attack rolls, maybe. Bane weapon. Maybe. Maybe take Bane weapon? Possibly. I don't know if that's going to work, but try it. Right. Sunder armor could be useful here. We'll think about Sunder armor as well. The rest of it, I think, is fine to just leave on. Nok-Nok. Oh, it doesn't have any abilities in Harim. We could try Destructive Smite, which might be useful. Could also just try, like, dropping down some other stuff. Deadly to Undead for main weapons. Probably not. Vine Trap? Try it, I guess. Yeah, let's go. Everyone has a job. Yep, that's good. That looks like it really hurt. They did 16 damage back. Okay. What's the reduced? They did 16 precision damage due to sneak attack. So it was going to do 31 and it did half. Okay. Well, it's usually a flat number, isn't it? So I think it's 15 damage reduction. Yeah. So that did 34 and did full damage. Okay, well, you know, on the other hand, our acid does full damage. So that's okay. Critical hit for a sneak attack that did 49 before he fell down. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, and that's 15 less. Yeah, we're gonna kill this thing in no time though because of Jubilost. Hey, why would you kill him properly? That's just incredibly rude. Okay, we do have res on... Wait, do we have res on this guy? We do not have res. Did I buy any res scrolls? Oh yeah, I bought 2 res scrolls. Fantastic. Well, that's fine. He's dead. Hopefully. It doesn't say he's dead, though. It says he's friendly. Like they're still chasing him. Okay. Oh, it's scripted. That's fine. The golem freezes. Inside it, something vibrates in harmony. Then the dents left by your weapons quickly repair. Harim approaches the metal monster and examines it from head to toe. An invincible idol made of indestructible metal. Another proof of our empty pride. Every master wishes to create something that will outlive them, but why? So that their creation will live on a short while before returning to dust with the rest of the universe? Ah, masters, masters. Ooh. He killed it? Harim pulls the key. To his surprise, the whole lock comes out of the goblin's body along with the key. Harim stands amazed. The monster falls to pieces as if it were made not the strongest metal in the world, but of a rotten wood. Oh. Hail to the Baroness Sorcerer. Saved! We're nearly done for. Hooray, Starrag! One of the dwarfs, clearly their leader, a grey-haired man with a massive symbol of Torag around his neck, jumps down from the hillock where the dwarfs climb to escape the golem. He looks at Harim and what he's done, astounded. How? How did you do it? That's impossible, impossible! I don't know, I don't. Harim, you've broken metal with your bare hands before. What? When did that happen, Soroceros? Ah, wait, are you talking about the anvil? Yes, I did do that, but why? I asked Grotus what it meant, but received no answer. Harim pensively wraps his beard around his finger. Okay, so maybe there's something going on with Harim, because he was very bad at, like, building things, he said, right? So, maybe his gift isn't building things, it's taking it apart again or something like that? I don't know, that's where I'm going with it. Anyway. Who are you? The dwarf turns to you and bows ceremoniously. Forgive me, your grace. The surprise made me lose all my manners. My name is Jarmuld Sketch, Paladin of Torag, and the leader of this group. On behalf of our whole clan, I thank you for your help. And you must be Harim, the priest of Grotus. I've heard a lot about you and the unusual path you've taken. I would like to speak with you. You would like? Well, I wouldn't even like to see you. We have nothing to discuss. This is just what I need. To listen to another sermon about Torag's greatness. The paladin replies to Harim's indignation with a humble bow. I am not so arrogant as to preach to a priest. Your faith is your choice. I am not one to question it. I only want to know more about your spiritual journey. In response, Harim only sniffs with contempt. Anyway, are you safe now? Yes, your grace. May Torag bless the soil you walk upon. You saved us! The Sketch clan is in your debt. Alas, we have no treasure to reward you for your kind aid. But that is only temporary, believe me. When we find a way inside the fortress and recover the legacy of our ancestors, you'll see that no one can accuse the Sketch clan of stinginess. Ah, typical gratitude for dwarven clans. Just so you know, Soroceros, when they say they're in irredeemable debt, that just means they're never going to pay. Harim sneers bitterly. Look at them, Soroceros. Here they are, true children of Torag, greedy, conceited, unable to see beyond their own noses. They barely escaped death, and there they are diving into its maw again, blinded by the glitter of imaginary treasures. I contemplated making them leave, but let us allow them to stay and continue what they are doing. If they're in such a hurry to dig their own graves, let us not interfere. Thank you. I see you've no love for your people or our god. No, don't be so quick to frown. I've no wish to preach to you. But I believe you said you broke the unbreakable with your bare hands. Please tell me about this. I think I have an idea of what power lies within you. The searing palm. Hirim's voice sounds dull and lifeless. The magic anvil in the desolate, broken shield fortress desecrated by trolls. It was destroyed by my fist, as if it were made by sand or wood that had rotted from within, and only waited to be touched to fall to dust. Jarmold pensively holds his hand on Torag's hammer, which hangs about his neck. Who'd it be? Jarmold, what are you talking about? What power hides inside Hirim? The touch of the Unmaker. This is a rare, very rare gift of the gods. It happens once in a generation. I can't say who grants it. Perhaps Torag, perhaps Grotus, or perhaps it comes from some other source we know nothing about. It is the power to give death to things which live on beyond their proper time. Ill things created with a flaw, like this golem, desecrated like the anvil, the robust creations of dwarven hands that beg for death must continue to exist. A dwarf blessed by the touch of the Unmaker can put an end to their suffering. Nonsense, I've never heard of this. If Grotus granted me this power, why do I have to find out it from some paladin of a traitor god? The god of helplessness and cowardice. A gift of the gods. By Grotus, you prove it or you admit you're lying. Jarmold listens calmly to the stream of insults raining down on him from Hirim. When the latter has finally spent his breath, the paladin replies quietly, Yes, I can prove it. How can you prove your words? The touch of the Unmaker is not only the power to destroy, he can take the heart from an item, all the love and effort put into it by its maker, by the mercy of Torag. Strike the golem once more, complete the unmaking, and show us its heart. Oh! Alright then. Hirim looks gloomily at the quiet golem, then shrugs and smashes it with his fist. The golem falls to fragments with a pitiful clink. Leaning down to search through the pieces, Hirim takes a hold of a shimmering blue jewel. He examines it, then turns to you. The priest's face is sad and baffled. There, a gift from Torag, be damned. So, what's next? What do I do with it now? Well, I'm gonna, just because we brought the heart all the way along here, if these are Torag's things, give them to his servant, giving Hirim the heart of the anvil. Hirim hands the jewels to Jarmold. Thank you for telling me of my gift, Jarmold, but do not expect it will reconcile me with Torag or with my people. If you find a way to make good use of it, fine. If not, it doesn't matter. You can keep looking for the entrance or go back to your mountains, I care not. Jarmold lowers his head. Thank you, Hirim. I'll make good use of this gift. I'm sorry that everything turned out the way it did, but I respect your decision and won't try to convince you. Farewell. Hirim turns to you. Gifts from the gods, cursed from the gods. I'm starting to think it's the same thing. But thank you for coming here with me. I probably wouldn't even have talked to this Jarmold on my own, but now I have much to contemplate. Let us go, Sorrows. Let us leave these Skedge to do what they will. Okay. Well, if you don't mind,
I shall not fail.
I just want to res. If that's alright with you. Give me a second. There we go. And if you could, just heal him. That's a fantastic heal. He only gets 5 of them, though. But still.
I'll go ahead.
Good. I do want to have a look around here, though. Even though we said we were going. Yarmold, can we speak to you again? Our clan owes you. No. Okay. I do want to have a look around. It's not a very big area. But it's worth just having a little bit of a nose around. See if there's anything else lying around here. Yeah, head over this way. That's the only way up top, isn't it? Yeah. I suspect we already got our loot, but that's fine. Our XP is really close to leveling. We're about 10,000 off now. Which is pretty good. Suspect we may come back here later. But there's mobility.
Did it without breaking it.
What have we got up here? Absolutely nothing. Lovely. Great that we had a look over here. Maybe there's perception to find something there? I don't know.
I did it? I did!
Well, whatever. We got 56 experience for heading up there. That's our reward, basically. Right. Well, I'm going to head out.
Tread lightly.
Because we're kind of done here, aren't we? I don't think there's anything up that way. Yeah, we can see it from here. There's nothing up there. This area was purely to fight the golem in. That's fine. Let's head out. So we did learn a little bit more about Harim there. About his special touch of the Unmaker. Wonder if there's anything more to it, or whether that's just like, that's the end of his quest. There's gotta be some kind of BioWare style thing at the end of this game where it says, you know, your character did this, and then this caused your companion to do this. That kind of like, this is where your companion went after the story. Because it feels like the stories for the companions aren't really, you know... Yeah, because that's the end of his one, in theory, Unbreakable Metal. But yeah, there's got to be some kind of conclusion, or some kind of, like, if you got this far in the story, then you get some kind of bonus or something. But anyway, I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.